Oh shit. Here we go again.
Eagle, mission ready.
Here I come to save the day!
No, 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 no! Wait.
Flight plan number
Wait!
New course 6.
Where you going, boy?
Inbound.
Come here, boy!
Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Marines in combat. What are your orders? Regroup and move up.
How's it going, boys? CASPR-AirTaxKing back at it again with a new Broken Arrow video on the channel. Today's video brings us to Jelgavas Pils on the PTE, where we'll be holding the line as the US against what seems like an endless horde of Russian armor and assault infantry, as my teammate and I were outnumbered 2-3 on our flank. Today's deck is an air superiority focused air marine deck where we take 2 Sex Eagles and an F-18C Hornet in its interceptor loadout with 4 AIM-174 gunslinger long-range missiles. This is a really well balanced deck overall with a great infantry and tank selection, and as you'll see in today's video, the star of the show will be the M8 Thunderbolt, which racks up 2,300 points worth of eliminations throughout the match. While the deck somewhat lacks in the support tab, it more than makes up for that deficiency in the air tab, as you'll see in this video. In any case, let's jump straight into this one. The main game plan for this one is to hold the far right objective, C, and to try and penetrate through objective C into the forest to get recon deep so that I could spot enemy support units and reinforcements and pester them with airstrikes and guerrilla infantry assaults. This rather fell apart kind of quickly, or most kind of at the end of phase 1, as the enemy outnumbered us 3-1 on this flank. So it was up to us to hold our line as pretty much as defiantly and as long as possible, so that our teammates in center and on the opposite flank, the left flank, could find a breakthrough, as they would be outnumbering the other people as well. We start the match with a double Eagle air tax. This is the US's most effective air tax in my opinion, as the Sex Eagle can carry quite a few missiles. I think this one has 10 AMRAAMs and 2 Sidewinders for 350 points. Is pretty cheap. And we also have the F-18C Interceptor with the gunslingers on tap just in case we need it. The main objective here is to look out for any airdrops that might be coming in, as well as any potential air openers as well, helicopter drops. That's the main thing. I like to keep them in the backfield, and if somebody has a cheaper plane, they can send them forward. There's an F-18C there. He probably has long-range missiles, and then you have my green teammate that's also a Sex Eagle as well. Su-33 is bait, yep, as I call it out there. There is no reason to push that particular plane, as it has poor missile loadouts. I think it has the R-27s, which has 5,000 meter range. That's pretty pathetic, honestly, listing that F-18, but we were able to tag him with the Eagle there and get some revenge for my teammate. Yeah, I got the kill there, I believe. Yeah, really not a good plane, that Su-33, but it's still effective. Yeah, that is a Sex Eagle. He is pushing with seed missiles. I don't have seed missiles on mine. The cheapest version you can take of that is, I believe, 430 points, but then you lose the fuel and loitering capacity. I bring out a Prowler to compensate. The Prowler is definitely better than having Sex Eagles, because the Prowler is cheaper, and you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket by putting the seed on the Eagles. And then I'm thinking about the airdrop here just to get some support units down. I know I get an airdrop in later in the game, and it looks like we're going to commit to one here. At least think about committing to one, because it is kind of expensive. And there goes my Prowler, pinging off a few shots. I'm not sure we get anyone. Looks like we might, actually. Those are some pretty good missiles. Those are Tunguskas. We're not going to tag those. Oh, we did get him, though. We did get him, though. If you saw through the all the units there, we did actually get him off. As, yeah, we got him at a weird angle there. We're pushing into C, and as you can see, I do get the drop that I wanted, or the deployment that I wanted, by getting those troops in there. I wish I could have got more in there, because holding that forest, really infiltrating that forest, makes it very difficult to set up correctly. It probably wouldn't have mattered in the long run because, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to get outnumbered 3-2 in this match. But that doesn't change the fact that getting that strong deployment into the forest can be very, very effective. But we do go with the Globemaster here. This is such a great unit. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. That's pretty good. But as you can see, we're actually getting bamboozled here. But our timing was really perfect on that airdrop, as we were able to get our tow down, which is going to hit that B-15. And then we also have the M8 Thunderbolt. This is going to do a lot of damage to these guys. They're not going to have a good time. He gets through the smoke, but we do push our airborne into that area to see if we can get him. The red player there, the dark red player, is making a really strong push onto D. My guy has some, or my teammate has some pretty decent units set up. He's going to get some close quarters infantry in too. We're still loitering with our Eagle, which is good. You always want to keep one of those up, and with those extra fuel tanks, it makes it very easy to do that. I opt for the F-35 here, which is not the right choice. I should have taken the Strike Eagle. The F-35 should have been saved for something a bit more dramatic, like a Barbaris and about a T-90 push, something like that. But we go for it here. This is a really good bomb drop. You'll see, boom, immediately hitting the hard deck, and then see, it does good damage, but dropping one JSOW is not enough to kill anything. This was a theme of this game, was this guy just spamming these mortar units. They were really annoying. I still need to get units forward. I have recon coming in, but you can say I bring forward a Guardian just to push into, to try to pester some of these units that we're spotting with Hellfires. We push the Thunderbolt forward to try and flank onto D and support my teammate, though it's really to no avail. That's a, I forget what that one is. I don't think that has the 57mm gun, so it's not as big of a deal. But we don't lose him, thankfully. We do kill that recon unit. And here is where I don't think I do, but I really should have brought more infantry forward. I should have got helicopters down into that tree line right there in front of those B-15, or the B-10 Kugnets, whatever they're called. But we do have the Guardian, and then we bring in the Global Hawk just to do some spotting for us, because I have no idea what's going on. That was my recon. I was really hoping I can get them forward in order to see what was going on, but we don't do that. My teammate's struggling on D to some extent, and as you can see, I'm starting to get spammed with these mortars, and he got a direct hit onto my Thunderbolt without any laser, which is really unlucky. But he goes for the bombs. Those are now dead, so that's nice. There's a T-15 in the background there, Barbaris, so we need to be really careful. We have no heavy armor up except for that Thunderbolt. We do have the NGSWs, and as you can see, there's a huge infantry push coming on my right here. So I need to do a few things. Firstly, I have a Lancer, so I really should be sending that out, and I do believe I do that here. No, I go for the Strike Eagle. Okay. That's not a bad choice either. If we can at least kill those support units, then we'll have a really good chance of killing the infantry with bombs. But we have everything marked, so we're just going to bing, bomb, boom it. And then we have 5 clicks, and I'm waiting for number 6. Just to weaken them up, might not kill them. We don't get the kill on that Torre. That would have been really useful. But yeah, it looks like we lost our Thunderbolt there, which is not ideal. We have the Barbaris. We are not going to get the kill off on him. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, APS, and then they're going to gun with a 50. But will they get it off in time? We do. That's a good kill on that Barbaris. That's a really dangerous unit, of course, in a forest. Let's see. So there's 3 to 4 on the right. My teammate's calling that out, and yeah, it was really 3, and they didn't push as much as they should have. The brown, as you can see, he is starting to push into my backline force, which is not ideal. It's not ideal at all, in fact. But as you can see, I do bring up my Lancer here, and I'm thinking, okay, we just got to weaken these units at the very least. This has 8 Alchems, which are a very strong missile. Very, very powerful. And that's a nice thing. You can just cue the RTB now. They don't go. suicide themselves into the into enemy AA fire, excuse me. So we get the Ceni Beretti, we're gonna get that as well. Got unlucky with that Terminator. That's a really good hit there on him. Unfortunately, we lose. Yeah, that's a really big bummer, losing that Guardian. But we weakened up that T-15, which is really important. And this, I don't believe this Terminator is going to be long for this world. Being double teamed by an ACV as well as the Marines is not going to be good for it. Yeah, he's dead. Dead in the water and dead. As you can see, they've got a lot of support units up, but I just use my Lancer, so I don't really have the right units to penetrate them. This deck is relatively low on standoff munitions. The Lancer and the F-18D with the Slammy Rs, those are really your only two options, and the Sex Eagle as well with the JASMs, but that's a waste of that unit in my opinion. They finally get the Favorite live, and they're able to kill my Global Hawk, and I don't really have anything to counter them with. There's a Dedivat Sire right there, which would be a really easy kill if I can get it. But yeah, we are getting outnumbered 3-2. My teammate is justifiably crashing out because we have a guy sitting on center doing nothing. But I'm actually okay with that. That's a really hard center objective to push on this map. You really kind of rely on the guys on the flanks to do all the work. And as you can see, yeah, he's really pissed at him, which is honestly kind of valid. But what am I going to say here? Yeah, we are on our own. Oh, we're going to lose our lav. No, we did not. Nice. All right, kept our scouts there. So, yeah, we didn't... honestly, my teammates did a good job on the left flank, spoiler alert. I don't really remember center doing anything, but the guys who are on the left flank, they pushed through, which is kind of the responsibility, is that left flank. I feel like this is the better side to have, personally, because that left flank can be really, really easy to penetrate compared to this one. As you can see, it's like a real stalemate right now. It's a real stalemate right now, so we're just trying to push through and to find the right... Really just trying to find any kind of units that might be ready to assault and just killing them before they get the chance. Because we're not going to win on a one-on-one. We are holding, objective-wise, which is nice, but... I'm bringing a Kiowa here to try and challenge these units. He smokes at the perfect time. There is a T-90 there. That's our... not a kill, not a one-hit kill. But we can definitely damage him, and we do that. Boom. And he is one tap. Unfortunately, was out of ammo on that toe. And now I'm kind of realizing, you know, I'm really light on units here. They're trying to hit those snipers. I've moved them out, so they're not really at risk. But this guy is... I really should have gotten a recon unit. That one on the right, I should have moved him closer to that road. Basically, that open field. Kind of, I would say, what is that, half a kilometer away from the Marines. Towards their spawn, just to see what they were bringing, because he continued to try and flank me there, which was pretty annoying, honestly. So we have some armor here, and they're penetrating there. This is one hit kill. That was really beautiful to watch. Thunderbolt and the M1A1HC. It's a really good combination. The M1A1HC can take the big hits, and the Thunderbolt sits in the background and hits its shots. It's got a very powerful gun, as you're about to see here. It's going to get this kill on this T90. This M8 Thunderbolt was really the star of the show throughout the match. As I put in that graphic up before, 2,300 points in total for Thunderbolt kills. And this guy basically survived the entire match. Ended up killing it on Mato right at the end. We lost our recon on the right there, so I figured, okay, let's get some guys over there. Yeah, thankfully my guy got some recon there. That was a really clutch play from him. At least can see what's coming in before it comes in. But yeah, I need to continue to get infantry forward here. Assault small Marine Raiders. That's a good combo. +2. What did I throw on the AVP? Yeah, anyway. I really should have just walked them in with the labs. But I don't think I do so here, which is kind of annoying. It looks like our teammates are throwing some ballistic missiles, which is nice. I love ballistic missile units. They're like one of my favorites in the game. This guy's just already spamming. I'm not really sure what he is doing in the center. You should at least try to send some air support units. Or if you do have those prism launchers, or attackums even, you should send them our way. But yeah, this Thunderbolt does a lot of damage this match. And as you can see, there's a Toss Paratino in the background, so I think, okay, we gotta get someone forward to deal with that. We have Marines, and yeah, they're just gonna continuously pester us with bing, boom, nice. They're gonna continue to pester us with support units because it's kind of a stalemate right now. He launched a full salvo to kill this Stinger unit, which is really not economical. And we get the kill. Oh, we don't get the kill. We might not get it here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Very unlucky there. That T90. Very lucky not to have been killed there. So yeah, we do have a bit of an advantage here. We're holding the objective. We have a good foothold on C, but we need to start pushing farther on the far flank, or the far right flank. CQC do an incredible job in the forest. They can kill almost any unit. And as you can see, they launch those Katrans, and that is going to miss. But it still kills my live ID anyway. So now I'm thinking, alright, we gotta back up here and just start resupplying because we can't afford to lose these units. And here comes the boom. We end up losing that Thunderbolt. So that's not the Thunderbolt, I guess. There's another Thunderbolt that comes in that gets, I think, 1,300 points worth of kills on its own. So we're going back to get some supplies. We have a Hawkeye with smoke. That was a good call bringing that in. Probably didn't need to bring it in that early, but it is good to kind of smoke that line in front of C. Yeah, but we're just going to kind of float on through here and just see if we can find anything. And as you can see, there's definitely units in the back line. It's really just a measure of where are they going to be. And you can see that one's healing. So really what I should have done was sent an F-35B. Assuming I had it, honestly. But yeah, you can see there's your Toss Bodatino. It's going back there to resupply. And I was bringing the M1A1 forward just to see what it can do. You have a Bowder Buddies coming forward, but if I can hit him with a tank gun, then it's going to be really difficult for him. I end up going with the F-35 because I can see the Bodatino. I really, or excuse me, against the Bowder Buddies, I really should have went after the Bodatino where all those pings are. But I end up taking the bait with the T-15 because I can see it. And I guess it's taking the thing you see over the thing you can't. But you can see Force Recon CQC absolutely murdering everything in the forest there. Such a great unit. Such a great unit. It can kill special forces units too. I've done testing with it, and it's actually capable of killing things like Spetsnaz GRU in a forest. That's not a CQC unit per se, but it is a special forces unit, so to speak, a tier 3 unit. And we have the Favorits. Yeah, that is essentially an indestructible situation. That's going to be really difficult for us to penetrate with Seed. I have that guy. I really should have sent that F-35 against those Favorites because they're at half ammo. I probably could have gotten a good runoff on them. But it is what it is. Send him back. He's got a CJ coming in. That might do the business against that Tunguska. Bing bong. I figure with all this air cover, I might as well try and get the strike off. I kind of go in the wrong direction. I really should have went for the Bodatino. That was a really good bomb toss, but I need to get him on the deck, and I do. Pretty weak, but I got nothing to really challenge him. He's got some T90s there as well. I don't really have any armor over here to challenge them. I do have this M1AC, or M1A1HC, which is not the best in terms of anti-tank capabilities, but it is at least something that can take a hit, unlike the Thunderbolt. And we get a nice little dodge on that one, but we don't get the kill. That Bodatino is still alive. Excuse me, that Bowder Buddies is still alive. I keep getting those mixed up. And that's a big bombing run. It's going to take out a few of my units. Or not. Very much would have figured that would have got the kill. And then we go for the bombing run over here. I think this is how we end up getting this guy. I should have put the laser down on that. Because I just missed, but I do get the kill here because it only took one bomb to do it. That should have been a perfect Strike Eagle run. And it's close here, but I do shake this missile. Just about. That was very, very close. So currently things are pretty copacetic. Our team has a 4-point lead. We're holding C currently, but they are clearly massing. There is going to be an assault at some point in the future. Brown and dark red, or brown and bright red I should say, are massing on my side. Brown has a lot of heavy armor, which is a problem for me because I don't have a great deal of anti-armor on the ground. I am going to rely on these planes to do the damage. Oh, that was a really good dodge from that, I think it's a Strike Eagle. I'm going to bring in a King Stallion there with a big supply dump just so we can cycle them with the MTVRs. And I need recon, I know that, but I don't have any available, so I'm kind of sitting here chilling. He's going to fill this forest up with units, which is not ideal. We do have Marine Raiders. We have a few different options ready to challenge that forest. I really should have brought a Cap Bay in retrospect to clean that out. That would have been really ideal. Could have cleaned out some of that lighter and medium armor and weaken up the infantry for my infantry to clean up. But also no recon is a real problem. I have 3-force recon, which is a little excessive. I should have brought in SMAWs and NGSW, airborne. But we're doing well in terms of kills, doing well in terms of just holding our ground. And our teammate's struggling on D, but he's getting double teamed as I am. And now we see that there is a Bud East back there. He's got a really strong line of units. So I bring the Kiowas forward. I'm kind of hoping I can pop them. But there's also the threat of Dedivatsayas, and they do see me eventually here. The Labs are a really good support unit because you can pack them with 6 infantry units or infantrymen, as well as I believe it's a 25 or 250 kilograms of supplies, which is also a really nice amount. Good fire support as well with the Bushmaster chain gun. Not incredible. Alright, we saw that seed run right in time. That's not the only double seed run we're going to see. Throughout this match we see quite a few. But as you can see, the Dedivatsayas pick off my Kiowa because I'm not paying attention. These guys are just really well coordinated on this flank. And yeah, I tried to ping that Dedivatsaya with my Marine Raiders, but wasn't in range. And I'm not sure if Marines is bugged or not, but their shoulder launcher just chooses not to shoot within range. Sometimes it's very frustrating. We keep our Slam Ram alive though, which is very important. There's a B-10 floating around over there. He's got recon on it, but that's probably going to get spotted. And he drops off an infantry unit there. I'm trying to get this ping off, and as you can see, he's just not doing it for some reason. I don't know why they... I think it's because he's moving, but... Again, it's really weird, and then it's just getting pinged off by 57mm guns, which is not ideal. But the Marine Raiders gets the kill, at least he doesn't smoke it. Marine's at half health, basically, which is not ideal. The Kiowa's going to get a shot off here, but that's not a one hit. Smokes him at least, so you waste a smoke, which is nice. Really should try to get some more armor. I should have been trying to bring more armor up that right flank and using those force recons to clear them. We do have a small up there, which is good. We do have armor as well, but not as much as I would like. Gonna send the MTVR back and home because we don't really need him. We have the small ready. We're using the labs to resupply. Marines kind of lacks a really good heavy supply unit, like the War Pig, which can carry 800 kilograms. Airborne has a decent one, and that IFV they get, the 9-man IFV, that somehow carries 400 kilograms worth of stuff. But in any case, it is still pretty good. Force Recon's getting pushed here. He's about to get spotted. And yeah, not the best. Not the best for that sort of situation. Trying to attack armor. We do have Marine Raiders who can come in there and do some damage, as well as some Force Recon supporting, as well as Marines. But bunching all those together is kind of inviting an airstrike. I really should have had a plane up here, and they give a yeah. Here comes the big push, essentially. Big push. This is not going to go well for this Terminator, but it's also not going to go well for me. As you can see, he has a Yeah, this is really rough. We lost our far right. Not able to kill that Butter Buddies either. We do have Marines and CQC. That might be able to do the job against that Chenyaberetti we will see in a moment. But they do also have some sort of support unit. Yes, we get the first shot off of CQC, which is huge. Yeah, we might get the kill, actually. But Marines are so weak. They're such a weak unit. Nah, it's going to be really close. I should have spaced the units. It's probably part of the problem. Lab gets hit. I didn't really see where from. We do lose the Force Recon, which really stinks. I would have preferred to have kept them to the Marines, but we are going to kill that Chenyaberetti. And as you can see, there is quite a large array of units in this area. I'm trying to laser them, but there's no sight line. There's no sight line there either. So now it's kind of up to us. And as you can see, we do get our Thunderbolt up. What I really should have done was left him slightly recessed and got some infantry units up there, because being able to get him up there without an issue means that that road is clear. And I should have continued to float units there. I send out Seed, because I guess why not? Not exactly what I need, in fairness, though. Yeah, 30-minute tour is doing some real damage against this M1A1. I'm not going to get the reload off in time, so I bail him out. There's a C-20 coming in, C-24. It's going to go in for a bombing run against something, probably. Kind of a lucky run there. I'm not really sure how he saw any of that, to be honest. And we have a Su-30, which is going to challenge the Prowler and win. And the Thunderbolt is now getting challenged as well. So this is looking a little precarious. We do have a Cat Fey in here, though, which is good. That unit is going to be extremely clutch for dealing with these units. And I bring in my F-18C just to cover, because I should have had it out before. Not the right unit to have, though, because it just lacks the... of course, this guy is really good at smoking his units. He smokes them basically at the exact moment he needs to do so. But yeah, I think if I was to change one thing with this deck, I'd probably just bring the two Sex Eagles. On their own, the F-18C is fun, but I'd rather have an extra bomber to deal with some of these units. And we somehow don't get this kill on this. No, we do. Bing. Good kill. And then here comes a big, big toss launch Buratino. It's not going to kill my pilot, believe it or not. But, yeah, he does kill a pack, though, which is really, really bad for us. Really, really bad, in fact. Get these guys forward with what supplies they have. Get this Thunderbolt back. And I kind of bring them forward, which is probably the right idea, just to, like, get them in. But I really need to get those guys back. They're not going to get fully healed at all. The Marines get a decent amount back, and I probably could have left them. But the Marine Raiders, those are the ones I want to keep, because they were really good. Rocket launcher. Another Buratino launch right after the last. That's really frustrating. That MTVR is going to die. I'm going to lose all my supplies, which is really annoying. You know, I'm thinking, okay, I got to get my Cat Fey forward and do what he's doing. So use a Panzer Tor in the background there, so that's a really dangerous unit. And there's a big rush coming in, and I don't really have anything set up. So, yeah, it's... Oh, my God. As you can see, it's really, really bad. They have a ton of units, and I'm kind of thinking, where are they getting all this shit from? Unfortunately, we will get pushed off. There's just way too much stuff there, but we can at least make things difficult for them. I make the right call bringing another Thunderbolt, and what I really should do is smoke out that front line so he can stop seeing anything, or shouldn't be able to see anything, or maybe even throw in an airdrop at this point. Yeah, my teammate reassuring me that it's because there's 3 of them. It's just kind of as simple as that. And yeah, these tanks are just doing huge damage against my infantry. There's very little they can do. We have Thunderbolt in the right place, thankfully, but that's not going to be enough. He does not smoke it, so that's going to die. So yeah, I really need to get the units forward. As you can see, big push, big push by these guys. They're trying to rectify the fact that they are actually losing on the left flank. I don't really check on that in this match, but the left flank is actually getting obliterated. Huge push as well from that guy. He's running guards coastal, which is a nice deck. And I'm going for the big F-35 run again. This is not the right call. Really should have been trying to use a Strike Eagle or potentially the Lancer if it's around. But we can at least do some damage, and we're going to get potentially a kill here on that Su-30 M2. Big bombs, was only able to kill a Lav, thankfully. And then I send an Eagle just to cover, which is the right move. Really looking forward to the introduction of the MiG-31 and the Tomcat in the future. And if I do have the photos, I'll post them right here showing off what they can look like. Both of those units are going to be able to carry 6 long-range missiles, which means being able to loiter an interceptor in the background is going to be a lot more viable compared to this F-15 situation where you have to get into pretty close quarters, so to speak, in order to actually push those units and do damage against any planes that are coming in to try and do a bombing run. But as you can see in this situation, this is a good run. He gets that kill, but I'm able to send him back because that Su-25 got way too comfortable. I really should have just had a PAC-2 up at this point, but I like floating the planes. We do have a Lancer, which is nice, so I'm thinking, okay, let's get the Global Hawk up. Let's see what we can do with it. And realistically, it would have been nice to have the Prowler and the Lancer at the same time. I recommend doing that instead of the 24 Outcome launcher, or 24 JASM launcher, excuse me, because that can be really hit or miss. I feel like you never even get the full value of that. I'd rather have the Seed, because then you can have the Seed for other things. But then if you combine the Seed with the outcomes, the 8 outcomes, it can be a really potent combo. But as you can see, we are in kind of a bind here. My teammate's doing a good job of retaking C because I kind of get pushed off altogether. I just have very little units forward. As you can see, they have 2 Panzer Tours covering those favorites. That we're not going to touch that objective, or that battery. That's one of my favorite things to try to attack in this game, but this is not the right deck for it. And then we have the Thunderbolt, boom, boom. That's going to do some damage. We get the kill there as well. And we still have, they just have so many shore ride units. It's really shocking. But as you can see, I kind of get a little, I suppose you could say a little over eager. I get really lucky. I had 2 tanks there. I'm not paying attention. I thought that Katron could have scored a really destructive kill. They have a guy rage quit, or disconnect at least, so that's kind of encouraging to us. It means we're doing our job pretty well. And now I realize what's going on, and I'm like, okay, let's get this Lancer off. We do get a kill there, which is nice. I think it was only an infantry unit, though, so not that nice. But we still have missiles coming in, and you can see 8 missiles does the job. Like, it does the job you need it to. The annoying thing, though, with those outcomes is that they somehow have a longer return to deck time than the 24 missile JASM launcher. So that's another reason why you might want to take the JASM launcher. I just think it's too expensive. We push with the Sex Eagle. I don't think we get the kill. Yeah, we get the assist, though, with the pack, which is nice. I send him back over here. He's got 5 missiles left, so, and half a tank of fuel. So, such a great unit, the Sex Eagle. We'll see what the fuel capacity is going to be on the Tomcat, but I am currently thinking the Sex Eagle's never leaving my deck. I love Airborne. I know it's not loved by a lot of people. It has a lot of faults, but I personally really love it. So we have the Hawk smoke ready, and as you can see, Hawkeye smoke ready. And as you can see, they've got a really big push coming through again, and I just have nothing forward. And I'm thinking, okay, this is time for an airdrop. We're going to need some reinforcements here. Unfortunately, the small's not airdroppable. That's one of the big weaknesses of this deck. That unit, if it was airdroppable, would be really strong. Really strong, in fact. But we are pushing here with some Thunderbolts. These in pairs are absolutely destructive. Oh, turn around. I'm not realizing what's going on here. Oh, wow. I was really lucky to get that kill. Really lucky to get that kill, in fact. Because I was able to stun him, so he wasn't able to get the second rocket launcher off in time before it broke APS. We have the C-17 floating in the background. I called him in and hit E to cancel him. And the idea behind that is that you are you're just floating him in the background where he's not going to be seen because he's low altitude, and you're going to be able to call him in when you need him. But this is one of the best skirmishes of the match right here. It's going to be really intense, in fact. So we're going to load up this cafe. We got tanks ready with Marines. We have Marine Raiders. We were able to get them healed up. I timed those together. I thought they were going to shoot together, but they didn't. Big bomb drop there. Big bomb drop. And we have these M8s doing the work. I'm going to have to back that one up before he dies. Getting some really good kills off there. That M8's getting pushed as well. So I retreat both of them. This is a point where I really should have smoked. You see they're pushing with a T-15, which is really annoying. These Marines are getting obliterated. And yeah, that's where I should have said it in the first place. And I think this is the time now, yeah, where I call in the C-17. This is the exact right moment to do so. Actually seed for it, which is the right call as well. And they're pushing the T-15, which is really tricky. We don't retake C, but again, it's really just a matter of holding our line and making sure they don't kill us too much, and also just absolutely obliterating them. He gets some bombs off on that T-15, and another unit. That was really clutch. I really should have... Where that green recon Humvee is, that forest in front of there, that's where I should have put this cafe, because that's where all the damage is. But here you can see we've got a lot of action here. We have a seed running coming in. We kill this Panzer, which is impressive. We don't lose our tank there, which is nice, but we lose the other one, which kind of stinks. With a Tospartino. Then I launch my Catfe. There's nothing on C. That was kind of pointless, honestly. But we're pushing that T-90. I believe we get the kill there with the Thunderbolt. We have Marine Raiders trying to kill these Cenibarettis. I mean, this is just a lot going on. This is Broken Arrow right here. This is Broken Arrow. And I'm also smoking at the same time to cover my retreat. I did kill something, and then we also get the airdrop off, so this worked out pretty good. It gets obliterated by these Jelgavas, which is funny. But yeah, this is a really good push here from him, but we were able to kind of push it back. Another Buratino launch. Only 4 projectiles. And then we get the Thunderbolt forward here to challenge this Armata. And somehow he's shooting through that smoke. There's like a small gap he's seeing, which is kind of annoying. Looks like my teammate was able to get something in the backfield there. And yeah, this is a really good airdrop. This was able to kind of hold them back. I wish I was able to drop another Thunderbolt. We trade shots there, Armata and Thunderbolt. Double Thunderbolt can take on an Armata and kill it. As you can see, that was at full health, and I was able to blast him. As you can see, an Su-33 is coming in. That's going to bomb some of my troops, which is annoying. I think I lose Marines and Airborne. A fully healed Airborne, which is really annoying. But we have Raiders. We have double Raiders forward. And yeah, so far it's really not too bad. So, a bit of a lull in the action momentarily. That was absolutely huge push on their end. It's kind of the biggest push they had in the game. They do end up reinforcing their position on C, but not to the extent I'm sure they would have liked. And that's because we were able to kind of push them back in that particular instance. Another Su-33 coming in. I have a Hornet forward, but he's not in range. Loitering him, and then I'm thinking, okay, let's just push him. I'm sick of this stupidity. He's going to get another idiotic bombing run off. He doesn't really kill anything. Oh, he kills my Thunderbolt. That is so annoying. I'm not even sure which... I guess it's that one. Yeah, that Thunderbolt gets all the... Yeah, just trying to get the shot off. Boom, if I can get that shot off. But I don't, so I smoke. We have the H1A1, but as you can see, the Armata is just too strong. I lose my H1A1 because I'm not... Or M1A1, I'm not paying attention. This Thunderbolt's pushing. I should have... Yeah, I wish I could have got the airdrop off here, but I need to get some of these Thunderbolts in ASAP. Again, so many support units, and we're just not able to do anything about them because we just lack the units to do so. Sending this Marine Raiders in to try and take on this T-15. We can kill that. That'd be really quite the relief. I think we do get some good damage on it there. But as you can see, we are just really short units here. Really short units here. Bring a FEP, get some Sheridans up. Just some armor is really better than no armor. We get the kill on the T-15 and the Gvardia, and I'm thinking, okay, let's just get him out of here. And I'm going to suicide a Global Hawk just to see what's going on. We're not going to get that Lancer back for the rest of the match. As you can see, it is just bedlam. There is just so much stuff. We're getting outnumbered completely, but we're not getting outclassed. As you can see, we're keeping our positive KD. That's the most important thing we can do, is just make them pay for the ground they're going to try and take from us. And we probably could have retaken C here. I could have smoked and then walked some guys in there, but it would have been completely moot. Yeah, I get a few guys forward here. Nice little T-15 action. We have the F-18 still floating. We're going to lose our Raiders there. Unfortunately, our Laws, or our Force Recon are out of ammo, so there's nothing they can do. Just an unfortunate situation. That Eagle's probably not getting out alive. Oh, he will. He will. And I was kind of sick of these Jelgavas Pils, so I was like, let's just get a good bomb run off on them. And this was a really nice one. And these Green Raiders are going to shoot at these Rosgvardia, or these Stomaviki, excuse me, for no reason. They're super weak. They shouldn't have done that. Bring a nice little heli push there, or heli resupply. As you see, we get a really nice bomb toss. Get him low. Boom, boom. If we bring in helicopters later, that's going to be to their benefit. And, well, as you can see, I'm bringing helicopters here. They're not that deep, though, so hard to count them. But yeah, big run. And I bring in the F-35. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that, to be honest. It is a good unit, the F-35B, but you need to recon for it. You want to try and get direct bomb drops. Yeah, someone have a nuke. This is a situation in which I really wish I took a nuke. Would have been perfect for this situation. I mean, really perfect for this situation. But I figure that Armata's still there. Let's at least weaken him. Another really good bomb run. Good drop. Doesn't even get a SAM missile off in counter. The Thunderbolt stays alive. We have a few Sheridans. He picks one off somehow. As you can see, those Sheridans do some serious damage on the side, but we do lose him. We have the trophy ready. We have the Thunderbolt ready. We have a Guardian coming up just to support. The trophy can challenge an Armata, but not for long. It's going to need help, and as you can see, this bright red player brought in quite a few T-72s just for spamming. It's blowing up my supply dumps for, you know, whatever reason. Alright, we've got our Sex Eagle floating here. Nice kill at the Thunderbolt again. We've got our trophy coming in. He's got my teammate has a Guardian ready. I have a Guardian ready. And this is kind of the end of their push here. We killed these T-72s. That's a T-72 B3 Arena. So that's a really strong B3M Arena. That's a 300-point unit. Dead. So that's a really good reversal there. We're able to push that unit back. And at this point, it's really just damage control. We're not going to retake the objective. We only have 5 minutes left, and kind of rub some insult to injury, I suppose. Salt in the wound. We're able to kill this Armata with a Thunderbolt. He smokes, but it's not good enough. Boom, huge hit there. And then we have an Su-24 MP run, and they are unguarded. And I've got a Sex Eagle absolutely ready for the push here. And this is a really good run, just absolutely eviscerating these Su-24s. These Jelgavas Pils are shooting the Eagle, but I don't think they can actually damage them, which makes sense. Bing, and then boom, boom. Double kill. Love to see it. And yeah, the Sex Eagle gets through. Was able to get out without dying, which is really nice. That was a really good run. As you see, there's 2 Buttatinos. There's a supply drop. There's just quite a lot going on here, and I have nothing to challenge it. We're out of bombers. We're out of options, frankly. We do have seed, and I probably would send that in a second here, but I've just got no reason to do so. That's going to be a nice tag on the T-14. As you can see, I'm going to lose my Kiowa again to a Jelgavas Pils. Oh, no, we don't. We don't, which is nice. And then I finally decide to send up someone in support on that flank. I should have been done some time ago, frankly. And my Thunderbolt, I think this is the end of the line for that Thunderbolt. Oh, he's still living. This Thunderbolt has gone from first deployment to the very last. As you can see, they had no one to challenge that Global Hawk for some time, which is very interesting. The F-35 would have been perfect on those arenas. Might have been able to get a double kill on them. Another potential unit in the future could be the F-18 Super Hornet F with JSOWs. We can carry 4 of those. The Marine Navy is going to be absolutely cracked. Losing the Sex Eagle, losing the Brutus sucks, but there's going to be a lot of fun support units in that deck. A lot of cruise missile units, in particular the Typhoon, the Nemesis. So yeah, Marine Navy is going to be a lot of fun whenever that comes. But for now, Airborne Marine is always going to be my favorite deck on the American side. That and Striker Airborne, well, is also one of my favorites. So yeah, he gets this shot off. Daddy Batsai is not going to live forever, though, thankfully. That would have been a really annoying push. He could have gotten a really nice flank there on our helicopters. Wasn't able to do that, thankfully. And we've got some Chenyabadetis coming in here. They're going to screw up these Marines. Unfortunately, I got a nice little angle there, and we're going to launch that. But he's moving, which annoys me. This vexes me. That CJ's not long for this world. So yeah, this guy was running Airborne Cav, which is one of my favorite decks. Can be really difficult to run against heavy armor, but you know, we held our objectives really well, and as you can see by the score, we were absolutely obliterating them in terms of kills. They just didn't kill a lot of our units. We were simply able to kill their units, trade really well, and not lose our units. And that's the big thing. If you're going to lose ground, you got to make them pay for it. And if you're getting outnumbered, like we are 3-2, you kind of just have to hope your teammates do the right thing on this side. And I might have called them a mean word earlier in the match, but they, quite frankly, proved me wrong. They were absolutely wonderful. We get a Cat Bay launch off here as well. Not really going to do anything at this point. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. There's not a whole lot to a game like this at this point. You're kind of just trying to get through it. That Thunderbolt takes the hit. And he's finally going to die here, I think, to a mortar. Really frustrating way to lose that unit that had done so well throughout this match. But yeah, these guys are just spamming bogey tactics because they've really got nothing left to do. I've got no bombers left. I have nothing left. I kind of just want to see what they have. As you can see, they're still continuing to send armor forward. They resupplied their armor really well throughout this match. It's probably the one thing they did do well. But generally speaking, it was a good match from us. We were able to hold our objective really, really well for as long as we could. And considering we were getting outnumbered on this flank 3-2, we did really admirably. We're going to get one more Cat Fay launch off here if I would just... yeah, I don't know. I just kept changing. But I think that's his Guardian. Yeah, my Guardian's kind of in the backfield doing nothing. And yeah, here's the Global Hawk's going to show you just how deep... no, it looks like I called him off for a second. Again, our KD was good. We had a lot of kills this game. And yeah, we were at least able to... Ooh, those are some good bombs right there, I think. Ba-boom. Yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, had this match gone on for another 10 minutes, they probably would have obliterated us. But again, there's just the kills. We traded kills really well throughout the match. And overall, it was a really fun match. Yes, being outnumbered is not fun, but when you're able to have a kind of fighting retreat like me and that light green player are able to do, it makes the match that much more enjoyable. You have the Guardian there doing really good work, and you'll see the M8 did amazing. There's one M8 Thunderbolt that did really well. This M1A1HC did fantastically as well. Lancer, again, only 1 kill. It's really just there to test their air defenses. Should seed with that B1B from now on. See that M1A1 did really, really nicely there, killing a T80 Drots and a T90 Arena, T90M. This M8 Thunderbolt did an unbelievable job for me. Killed, yeah, 2 T90s, a T14, a Terminator, multiple infantry units. And you see that that Eagle run towards the end was really nice. So that's going to do it for this one, boys. This was a really fun match, another fun PTE match. Hopefully the PTE comes to a close soon. I'm going to be putting out a video very soon, or I would have already put it out, I think, at this point, regarding the state of the Broken Arrow, state of the Arrow. And yeah, if you guys want to see that video, feel free to check the link in the description. I'll put a little card for it right here. You can click the link in the description, click the link in the top right. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell if you want to be kept up to date on Broken Arrow news or any news related to this channel, any uploads from my channel. We are going to be doing more content related videos. We're going to be doing a spec review or spec, I guess, yeah, speculation. That's the name of the series. We're going to be speculating on the new units coming in the Rosgvardia spec. I think that's going to be a pretty fun one that's going to be coming out soon. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any questions, or even if you have nothing nice to say. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. This is CASPR-AirTaxKing, egressing out.